Are the world's wealthiest people hiding a serpentine secret? Discover the scales of truth in our investigation. Is power in the hands of interstellar visitors? Unveil the signs that might just point to a reptilian realm among us. Can we uncover the extraterrestrial agenda before it's too late? Join us as we peel back the layers of this cosmic conspiracy. Have you ever noticed how serpents slither through the heart of many ancient legends? These creatures, often embodying wisdom or malevolence, have been etched into our history across various civilizations. Take, for instance, the serpent deity Quetzalcoatl of the Aztecs, revered as a god of wind and wisdom, or the Egyptian cobra goddess Wadjet, symbolizing sovereignty and deity protection. These reptilian representations weren't mere animals, but were often considered divine, even creators of humanity, in myths like those of the Aboriginal rainbow serpent. Moving to the Eastern world, Naga, the half-human, half-snake beings, were seen in Hindu and Buddhist traditions as powerful entities with a dual nature of protecting or punishing. Now fast forward to today, you might hear whispers of a reptilian elite governing from the shadows. This theory first crept into modern consciousness in the 20th century, but it was David Icke's 1999 book, The Biggest Secret, that brought it into the spotlight. Icke proposed that shape-shifting reptilian aliens have been pulling the strings of humanity for centuries, covertly influencing world events to maintain their control. This theory stretches its tentacles across various incidents and personalities in history, suggesting the presence of these beings in high positions of power, from ancient monarchies to current political spheres. This reptilian elite concept has penetrated popular culture, with an online community seeing this as more than a conspiracy theory, rather an actual shadow play of power. Whether one sees it as metaphor or reality, the enduring symbol of serpents in power narratives speaks to a deep-seated archetype within our collective consciousness. So, next time you dive into the annals of history or scroll through the day's headlines, consider the serpentine thread woven through the tapestry of humanity's story. When we dive into the depths of conspiracy theories, we cannot ignore the role of key public figures, often placed at the center of these elaborate narratives. These individuals inadvertently become the faces of speculative stories that capture the imagination of many, fostering an alternative explanation for events that shape our world. It's a fascinating psychological phenomenon where we take a figure well known to us through their public appearances, speeches, or policy decisions and stitch together a different story, creating a parallel persona that aligns with the conspiracy narrative at hand. Let's scrutinize, for a moment, the evidence that is frequently cited by advocates of these conspiracy theories. Supporters often point to what they interpret as glitches in video footage or instances of unusual behavior. We've all seen these clips circulated on the internet, accompanied by speculative commentary suggesting that they are proof of something sinister and underground. However, a critical eye is necessary when analyzing such evidence. Video footage can be misleading and taken out of context. It can be subjected to digital manipulation, or the so-called glitches could simply be technical errors, common in the world of digital media. As for unusual behavior, it's important to remember that public figures are human, prone to imperfection and oddities in their mannerisms just like any of us. Stress, exhaustion, or even momentary distractions can result in behavior that seems odd out of context, but is perfectly benign. Nonetheless, for conspiracy theorists, these moments become a cornerstone of their narrative, pieces of a puzzle they are convinced fit together in a larger, more sinister picture. It is crucial, then, in the spirit of critical thinking and discernment, to question and investigate the legitimacy of these so-called pieces of evidence. It is easy to fall prey to confirmation bias, where one interprets information based on existing beliefs, rather than adopting a neutral standpoint. Always approach such claims with a healthy skepticism, acknowledging that while the truth might be out there, not every lead is a breadcrumb toward it. Have you ever wondered why some people are drawn to conspiracy theories, even when the evidence seems stacked against them? It's a question that psychologists have explored, leading us to some fascinating insights. For starters, our brains are wired to seek patterns, which can sometimes lead us to find connections where none actually exist. It's a phenomenon known as apophenia, and it drives the compelling nature of conspiracies. Now, consider the psychological comfort in feeling in the know, especially during times of uncertainty. When people are anxious or feel powerless, believing in a conspiracy theory can offer an illusion of control, an explanation to the chaos. By believing they have access to forbidden knowledge, individuals can feel a sense of superiority, as though they're part of an exclusive group, enlightened to truths hidden from the general public. This sense of exclusive enlightenment can have major social and political implications. As groups form around these beliefs, they create echo chambers, reinforcing their views and dismissing dissenting voices. This division can be dangerous. It's where skepticism morphs into outright rejection of credible information. The result? A fragmented society where common ground is scorched by the fires of unyielding belief. When these divisions infiltrate politics, they fuel polarization. Policymaking becomes not about evidence, but about which narrative resonates with people's preconceived notions. The consequences are dire. When facts are disregarded, the very fabric of democracy is threatened. In this way, the impact of conspiracy beliefs extends far beyond the individual believer. It potentially reshapes the political landscape, influencing how citizens perceive not only their leaders but their fellow compatriots. But there's hope. By promoting critical thinking and emphasizing empathy in discourse, we can confront the allure of conspiracy thinking. With understanding and patience, we can bridge divides and encourage a society driven by shared truths rather than divisive secrets. Diving right into the heart of the reptilian conspiracy theory, which posits that shape-shifting reptilian creatures are manipulating human societies, let's unpack the counters and criticisms that challenge this premise. Critics are quick to question the lack of empirical evidence supporting the existence of such beings, which, according to scientific standards, is a fundamental flaw. Scientists argue that the theory does not adhere to the principles of Occam's razor, which implies that the simplest explanation is often the correct one. Rather than an elaborate cover-up orchestrated by otherworldly creatures, scientists suggest that socio-political events can usually be explained by human actions and historical contexts. Moreover, the theory negates principles of evolutionary biology, as the existence of an advanced reptilian race on Earth would imply a secretive lineage of evolution unbeknownst to modern science. Furthermore, the psychological aspect of why people may believe in such theories is a significant criticism. In the scientific view, belief in conspiracy theories can be attributed to a human tendency to find patterns or make sense of complex situations, a phenomenon known as apophenia. This often leads to the correlation of unrelated events as evidence of a broader, hidden scheme. It's also important to note that when critics dissect the plausibility of reptilians from a biological standpoint, the energy expenditure for a cold-blooded creature to constantly maintain a human form is deemed astronomically high and biologically inefficient. Geneticists assure us that the interbreeding suggested by the theory defies the fundamental genetic principles of reproductive isolation and biological compatibility. As a takeaway, while the mythology of reptilians may captivate our imagination, science encourages us to apply critical thinking and rely on empirical evidence. The overall scientific consensus deems the reptilian conspiracy as highly improbable, reminding us that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Diving into the realm of conspiracy theories, we find a delicate balance between skepticism and open-mindedness. On the one hand, these theories can encourage critical thinking, prompting individuals to question the narratives presented to them rather than passively accepting them. This level of scrutiny can serve as a vital aspect of a healthy, democratic society, where citizens hold institutions accountable. On the flip side, however, there's potential harm in the spread of unfounded conspiracy theories. When theories lack substantial evidence, they can create an environment of mistrust and paranoia. Such beliefs can divert attention from legitimate issues, compromising the public's ability to address actual concerns. Personal relationships, too, can suffer when conspiracy theories become divisive. It's essential to recognize that these theories don't arise in a vacuum. They often reflect deeper societal anxieties, serving as a means to explain complex problems through the lens of simple, yet false narratives. In times of uncertainty, conspiracy theories can offer a false sense of control or understanding, which, while psychologically comforting to some, can ultimately lead to disillusionment when faced with reality. Moreover, the growth of the internet and social media has multiplied the reach and impact of such theories. Digital platforms can create echo chambers where these ideas flourish unchallenged. In the larger context of conspiracy culture, this contributes to a polarized society wherein shared reality is eroded and collective action is hindered. Thus, while the spread of conspiracy theories undeniably taps into our profound desire for transparency and truth, there is a critical need for discernment. We must always weigh the evidence, consider the sources, and apply rational thought. Only through such careful navigation can we distinguish between warranted suspicion and the seductive allure of unfounded conspiracy theories. Wow, what a journey we've just been on together. Remember, the truth might just be stranger than fiction. If you enjoyed uncovering the secrets of the elite with me, don't forget to hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe for more mind-blowing content. Stay vigilant, keep questioning the world around you, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep your eyes open and never stop seeking the truth.